This podcast provides our musical reactions, breakdowns, and commentary on the featured song under the principles of fair use. We do not intend to infringe on any copyrights, nor is this content meant to replace listening to the artist's original music. All material shared here is for educational and informational purposes only. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, fair use allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission from the rights holder for purposes such as education, criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. These forms of use are permitted even when they might otherwise be considered infringing. We strongly encourage all listeners to support the artist by streaming their music, visiting their website, purchasing merchandise, and definitely attending a local show. Next on the stage, here's Album on the Rocks. Been listening to any Rebel Bucket lately?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I love Rebel Bucket.
Nice.
I didn't know.
Welcome to Album on the Rocks. I'm Kenny.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Joe.
All right. Tonight, our album, we're going to do The Vapors, New Clear Days. But before we get into it, how you guys doing?
Doing good. Just surviving the rain out here in Southern California.
Yeah, November
It's
rain.
been raining pretty good.
Cold November rain.
Cold
Been
November
raining
rain.
pretty good.
That's pretty unheard of for us.
Yeah.
And then windy today.
Oh, windy.
Yeah, good.
Cold
Now-
wind.
Cold
Through the
wind.
bone.
Now the
wind.
wind.
Yeah, it was kind of nice though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it
After
was
all that
cold.
heat,
It's like fall.
take
you know?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like fall. Well, it's Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
So we actually celebrated Thanksgiving dinner with our parents together as a family because we're taking off for Texas. But you guys have any special plans or special meals you're cooking for this Thanksgiving?
I've been tasked for the first time to do the ham.
Oh, okay.
I'm usually the mashed potatoes guy,
Gotcha.
but
okay.
this for some reason I've been asked to do the ham.
You're hamming it up, no, Joe?
Okay.
So,
Hamming it
and then
up.
I've got to figure out how to transport this across town after I cook it. My
Nice.
dad's like, throw it in a sheet pan and put it in a cooler. I'm like, oh, that'll work.
Yeah, that
Make
works.
sure the girders are tight.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah, I
Very
got Thanksgiving with my in-laws tomorrow. We're doing turkey, and then Thursday I think we're going back to
Mom and Dad's
Mom and
house.
Dad's,
Yeah, we'll be out in Texas.
Houston,
Yeah, Magnolia.
have a problem.
Magnolia.
how's the weather out there?
That's it. Looks like it's gonna be thunder,
Oh boy.
rain and thunder all week. So we'll see if we land. So that could be
Oh man.
interesting.
At least the air traffic controllers are back at work.
Yeah, they're back.
They're back in action.
They're back at work.
Oh boy, that's another podcast.
Yeah, that's a different podcast in itself.
That's
so.
a different podcast.
Cool. So everyone's doing good. This is podcast number 2. Well, before we kick off the album, any particular songs you guys been listening to this past month since our last meeting that you want to share with us? Joe?
On the album, or
No,
Just
not
in
on the
general?
Vapors. Just a good song. Even
it
want
took
us
me
to
a long
listen to?
time to get off of System of a Down. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was like
yeah,
an earworm, man.
So you kind of got that blend between
That was-
that and
it was
into the
weird.
Vapors, and
Yeah.
so like what's kind of been in between.
You know, I've been on a big indie thing lately.
Okay,
like,
nice.
You know, and my wife Ashley she's the only one that has the Sirius XM.
Okay.
So there's like a couple of those alternative type stations that play all that kind of stuff. So every
Yeah.
time we're in the car, that's pretty much what we're listening to. My
Nice.
kid knows more of the songs than I do. He's 6 years old.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
That's
every
good.
time something new comes on, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, and I kind of dive into that artist's
Yeah.
music. And
See what it's all about.
there's a few of them that are coming up right now that are pretty good. But
Nice.
yeah, I've been on a big indie thing lately.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah, one of the bands I've been listening to lately, and Kenny, I think we both found this band independently, and then it was like one of those things where you played the song. I was like, oh yeah, I've been listening to this.
Yeah.
It's Rebel Bucket is
Nice.
the band, and came out of a lady.
Came out of
And it's a very good song. It's got horns in it, and it's got a nice groove, and just super cool. Kind of came out of nowhere.
Love that song.
Yeah, it's
the
great,
band's awesome. That
great
even
tune.
That album, I think it's
Yeah.
called Omega La La.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So yeah, let's play a little sample of that.
Sure.
They're called Rubble Bucket.
Rubble Bucket. Yeah, the album is Omega La La. It's a great album.
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers. We're drinking Japanese whiskey tonight.
Japanese
It's
whiskey.
a lot clearer than regular bourbon. It's interesting.
Sure is.
Tasty. This is a Scotch vibe.
Yeah, it's very good.
I'm a sucker for good bass lines.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean,
Wait
that's
till we
why-
get into the vapors.
The vapors, yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's awesome.
Great. This is a great song. Definitely encourage everyone to check out the band. Rubble Bucket for sure. That's a
Yeah,
great
great
tune.
tune.
Album all around good. Andy, what about you? You got
So I
something
kind
you've
of
been
just
cranking
been listening to everything. Like Joe mentioned, Mesmerize. I probably listened to another
Oh, it's-
6,000 times.
for
after
sure?
our
It's hard
last
to once you start getting into it, it's hard.
Yeah.
You got to phase out of it, then kind of phase in the vapors because
Yeah.
obviously, again, we're kind of on that whole album book club thing. So you kind of really dive into it.
Yeah,
Which is,
so
which is
listening
awesome.
to Vapors, a lot of 80s music came on. So I just been kind of listening to like the Jam and
Well, I think one thing we should mention as we get into this too is that your birthday is tomorrow. So whenever you listen to this podcast, you won't know when that is, but it's tomorrow.
tomorrow.
So
When will then be now?
yeah, soon.
Well, the song that we kind of discussed that we listened to is Steely Dan, Hey 19.
Hey 19.
The
okay,
reason I
nice.
picked it is because going through research and all this stuff, it was actually released on November 21st.
Today,
which is
November
today
21st.
in 1980.
1980. Nice. Love that song. Love Steely Dan.
Mm-hmm.
It's off the album Gaucho.
Gaucho.
Love it. So awesome. Yeah, let's take a little dive into this song. If you haven't heard it before, Steely Dan.
The Cuervo Gold.
I mean, come on.
Just such a good
If
groove.
you don't like this song, there's something wrong with it.
So this album won like Grammy for best sound engineered album.
I
They
can
had
see
like
that.
I
something
want to
like
say, and
200
don't. I mean, we can
something
look this
freaking
up, but I
tracks.
believe Steely Dan was the first band to record digitally.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
I think
yeah.
they the first main band to do a digital recording after
Yeah.
analog had.
Nice.
You know, they discovered this new way.
Yeah.
I want to say that's
I
accurate.
think that's accurate 100%.
Nice. Ah, it's just so good.
Before I start kissing Kenny, how much longer are we going to go on this song?
Well, I think with this song, we have to almost kind of cut to a key part of the song. And, well, Cuervo Gold, baby. Man, Cuervo Gold.
Cuervo.
Man, is
And
that
that fine
what you
Colombian.
drank back then? That was a Cuervo Gold, man, and the fine Colombian.
I remember Cuervo Gold was like everyone was about
That was a
Cuervo
joke.
Gold.
Let me ask you
I thought it
something.
was a
Let me ask you something. Have either one of you drinking the worm?
I've never even seen that in real
You've
life.
never seen the worm
I
at the
thought that was a
bottom
fake
of the
thing.
bottle?
I know Dad has the one, but I don't never seen anyone drink the worm.
Oh, I've had the worm.
You've had the
You've
worm.
had the
I had
worm?
the worm.
Did you turn to the poltergeist? Remember the poltergeist?
Yeah,
See,
that's
that's why I
right.
thought it was a fake
Poltergeist.
deal. I thought it
No,
was just in the
it-
movie.
they always put it in the bottle. It was always there.
But it's a certain type of tequila, right? Or it's not.
It's Jose Cuervo Gold.
Oh, it is.
Just your lower end standard bottle of it.
So
and-
what's the point of the worm?
Well, they say you're supposed to hallucinate. That's
Ah.
kind of the funny joke behind it all. But I think, ironically enough, I was 19
Really?
when I did it.
Hey.
So, hey, 19.
Hey, 19.
Hey, 19. The only reason I remember because Jeremiah was being shipped off in the army going, and we're
Okay.
like, we had been doing some drinking and drinking the gold. We're like, let's drink the worm. So we did. That's what you do.
We did. Did you share the worm?
No, we had two bottles. So we were okay.
So
we
you
had
so you had two separate worms.
two worms. Yeah.
Shipping out and shipping in.
Yeah,
Jesus,
no,
hello.
man.
So what's up, Ken? You got a song?
Hell of a fight. Yeah, I do got a song. This one just came on my feed. I get random shuffles of like songs, and it queues up songs to listen to. And so this one kind of brought me back to the mid to late 2000s, and it's by the band Smoke or Fire.
All right.
It's off the album The Sinking Ship, and it's called Irish Handcuffs.
It's one of my favorite songs of theirs.
Yeah.
I saw them live.
Bass.
Open up for No Effects.
Bass.
Canyon Club.
Nice.
Very underrated,
Yeah.
not talked about punk band.
We struggle to remember, we struggle to forget. No strangers to addiction, we're just drowning the pain. Good times with good friends, good fights with enemies. We'll struggle to.
Yeah, just a great song. So yeah, this is Smoker Fire. Really good album. So the singer has an awesome voice. I definitely love it, but it's not as diverse. It's very fluid all the way through, but nonetheless, I think it's an awesome album. Love Smoker Fire. So great album. So
Agreed.
Sounds good.
nice. So let's get into the album of the night, and that album is again The Vapors, New Clear Days. And Andy, why don't you tell us why you chose this album for us to listen to?
All right, so being that it's my birthday tomorrow,
Hey,
I was born in 1980. We had an album night that the theme was pick an album from the year you were born. So after looking at all kinds of albums, there was a lot of albums that year. AC/DC, Back in Black, Iron Maiden. The Clash had, it's debatable between Lennon Calling and
they just came out with
Sandista.
London Calling, nonetheless.
But anyhow, a lot of good albums that year. Billy Joel, Glass Houses, which I almost picked, but I decided to go with The Vapors, New Clear Days. It's kind of play on Nuclear Days. It's N-E-W, Clear Days.
Yeah, it's 80s. It's the nuclear Cold War
Yeah.
kind of era. They're
References
still
within
in
the album.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
So-
can see it on the cover.
So anyhow, just going through this, I've never heard of The Vapors. But then again, I have heard of The Vapors because of their song Turning Japanese. So anyway, I played the whole album, and once you get past Turning Japanese, you're like, holy crap, man, this is a really good album. Great songs, melodies, the lyrics are great. Yes, it's poppy, but it's not like corny poppy. It's punk rock, it's rock and roll. It's freaking great. So anyway, so I brought that album to the Year You're Born theme. And anyway, I thought, just being at my birthday, that you guys kind of gave me the freedom to pick this album, and that's what I went with.
It was a great choice too. I mean, I'm gonna admit that when I played on album night, it was great. But again, I think you showed up kind of late too, so you're kind of towards the end there.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird night that night.
We kind of talked
It was
about
in and out, a lot of people.
if you're in the later 10s to 12s on album, it's getting a little rough to listen to. But so I listened to it at first. I'm like, this is all right. I wasn't really jiving on it, but then the more I listened to it, it really just really grew on me. Really enjoyed it to the point where I start hearing songs in your head, start listening to it, like, okay, I gotta listen to that song again. Let me go back to this song again, and not just one or two songs, but throughout the album, listening to different songs. And yeah, I highly enjoyed it. Being a bass player and a drummer,
You are.
I loved just the bass and drums in
The
this
bass
song.
is ridiculous.
Man,
So-
yeah, the
good.
bass. I mean, I'm, also a fellow bass player, one of the things that I immediately latched onto was the bass lines and the bass tone, and how it just cut through.
It's a
But,
Rickenbacker.
yeah, definitely a Rickenbacker. Very
Nice.
very woody tone.
That's what Fat Mike plays on.
No,
No,
he
he
was
played
a Fender guy in most of the recordings, and then
Yeah,
he went to
but
that
later
Dan
years.
Electro because it was a
Oh, Dan
lightweight.
Electro, that's
yeah,
right,
he just
that's
used
right.
that really live because it was lightweight and he had a bad back at that point. But
Yeah.
he was a Fender guy. But Rickenbacker, not really much of a punk rock bass, I would say, in general. But yeah, anyway, obviously Rickenbacker's a well-known bass. Paul McCartney used Rickenbackers,
Oh, okay,
especially
yeah,
in the later
there you go.
Beatles albums. Always got to bring up the Beatles in all these podcasts.
Yeah.
But
It's a
yeah,
classic.
it's a classic. But yeah, bass lines in this album are just ridiculous.
And even the guitar, like the rhythms are great.
Yeah, I
the
mean, it
lead
all
guitar
is.
playing is great. It's
Yeah.
it's great. It's great, man. Like all the songs
Good
are good.
songwriting,
Every
good
song
melodies.
has hooks
Excellent
in it.
Yeah.
It's just
songwriting
like,
Yeah.
for sure. And then back to, like I was talking earlier with the guy from Sync of Fire, not much diversity in there, but this guy's got some diversity in his vocals between tracks. He's not just that one. solid sound all the way through.
Yeah, so I guess just a little more into it. So lead singer, main songwriter, probably the only songwriter, is Dave Fenton. He plays the rhythm guitar and sings. Edward Bazalgette is the lead guitar player. I think he does some background vocals. Steve Smith is the bass player, and Howard Smith is kicking it on drums.
No relation.
No relation, exactly. One thing that's interesting, when Dave Fenton was forming this band, he was growing up in a city that had lots of like bands like around the area, and a lot happened to be breaking up at the time, and he knew that actually when he was looking for his lineup, Steve Smith, the bass player in the Vapors, was actually a drummer first, but he knew that he could play bass, so he ended up being the bass player.
Hey, wow.
And he plays left-handed.
There you go.
Kind of weird. Where are they from? Where are they from? Where are they from? Where are they
England.
Guildford or
from? Guildford and
Guildford?
Surrey
Yeah.
in the UK. So they formed the band. Kind of interesting. This band was only around for 3.5, 4 years.
Yeah,
They-
two albums.
Yeah, 2 albums.
Before
They
the
were
stop.
discovered just by playing little pubs in front of like 20 people. They were discovered by the bass player of the Jam.
I got an interesting quick note. So we're bringing up the album night and the birthday year one, and mine. I was born in '78, and I picked the Jam, all mod cons, and
Interesting.
that
Okay.
and then when I was reading about the Vapors, like you just said, the bass player for the Jam is who heard them playing and said, "Hey, we should bring these guys on tour with us." And
Nice.
it was the album after all mod cons that the Jam went on tour with and brought them on as
Mhm.
their opener. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Yeah, they end up managing them and producing them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the management, and so Paul Weller was the lead singer of main songwriter of the Jam, and his father damn it.
It's in the notes.
It's in
somewhere.
the notes. I find it. Paul Weller was the singer. His dad was son of a bitch.
His,
All
his
right.
dad was a son of a bitch.
No.
I mean, aren't we all?
Hey, aren't we all?
Love you, Mom.
Yeah,
Love
hey,
you, Mom. Just kidding.
Happy Thanksgiving. Son of a
Happy
bitch.
Thanksgiving. So anyway, so they went on to play under the Jam, under their tutelage, and
It's getting a little hot in here.
the producer who was working with the Jam ended up producing the Vapors. His name. This is a total freaking like rock star name. Is Vic Hammersmith Heaven.
Wow,
Yeah,
that is Hammersmith.
that's kind of.
Hammersmith. You think they're maybe his parents were both blacksmiths back in the day, and they like decided to, do
Yes.
hyphen the names, and they got married.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
You make hammers. I'm a blacksmith. It's
Hey,
we're the
Hammersmiths.
Hammersmiths. Yeah. Why don't we hyphen this? Oh, good times.
So, anyway, yeah, just listen to the album. It's just good. I think we should probably get into it pretty soon. Like, not me talk too much about it, but I feel like in the long run, the Vapors kind of evaporated away.
Hey-o.
They were originally called the Vapors with a U, the UK spelling, and to try to appeal to U.S. audiences, they
America.
dropped the U.
Oh yeah, and by the way, we're playing the UK release track order,
Yeah.
which is what you can stream. But there was a UK release and an American release that had some track differences, which we can either get into now or talk about later. But they basically got rid of 2 of the songs that were on the UK release and added the first single, which was "Prisoners"
Yes.
or "Prisoners," and on the US release. But they, of course, both had Turning Japanese.
Oh,
But,
John Weller was his name. Sorry.
There it is.
Father of Paul Weller. My bad. All right.
Well, let's talk about Turning Japanese. It's obviously was the big hit. That's the one everybody knows.
Everyone knows that. If you don't know the band, you know the song.
Japanese
Yeah.
and-
And sorry, so we got some prep going with the whiskey. It's not Heaven Smith. It's Vic Coppersmith Heaven.
Ah.
Ah,
And,
coppersmith.
yeah,
A copperman and a blacksmith.
yeah.
Come
So
together. And they
anyway,
hyphen the names. The coppersmith.
so what happened to this band is they had their 2 albums out. They released Nuclear Days and then Magnets in '81, and kind of just fell off the face of the earth after that. The Jam was managing, producing them, and they did their own thing. They got bigger. They kind of left the Vapors hanging. The Vapors were signed to United Artists, who had a handful of artists on the label that they really liked, namely the Buzzcocks, and then EMI ended up buying United Artists and kind of just left them in the dust. They didn't promote their stuff, and Dave Fenton got a little upset, and Billy just quit the band, and they kind of just evaporated away into the annals of music history.
And that was that.
So
Andy's birthday came around for a theme album night.
and then next thing, the Vapors are up in the mainstream of this podcast.
Now they're up on the rocks.
Another
We found
great
them
example
on the rocks.
of what our intentions with album night were. This is a perfect example of why we
100%.
do it, because everyone knows that Turning Japanese, and then you listen to the album and you realize, wow, these guys had a great album that we've never heard.
For sure.
And in Turning Japanese, ironically, to me, sounds like a bit of an outlier. It doesn't fit the album in my mind as far as how it was produced and the sound of it and everything. If you listen to the rest of the tracks, which we're going to, they all kind of seem cohesive. They belong together. And Turning Japanese kind of seems like it doesn't really belong.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, a great
They
song.
say, hey, you need to write a hit song.
Yeah,
Right.
they did. And it was their second single.
Yeah.
Single,
Single. First one was
Prisoners,
Prisoners.
Yeah.
Oh, which isn't on.
which isn't on the UK release, ironically, and
Which-
is on the
Tell
US
you what, I
release.
haven't heard it because I've only been listening to the UK.
Oh, it's a good song.
track.
It is a good
UK
song.
releasing is the only one I've heard. I don't think I can hear it any other way.
At this point. Yeah.
But in the U.S. release, they decided to leave out the song "Cold War" and "America."
Oh wow! Okay,
Which
interesting. I like those songs.
You read the
Well,
lyrics.
think about it, right?
Yeah.
Cold War,
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, 1980.
and this is like right when all the shit's going
Yeah.
down.
So it's just good songs. You just want to get into it.
Yeah, it's,
All right, let's,
Yeah,
get
let's
into
go.
it. And then
Vapors. Let's go.
so this
we'll
came
keep
out
talking
in
over it.
this came out in June of 1980. Was recorded in most of 1979. So I'll let you know where it is. 11 songs, 40 minutes. Here we go. First song is "Spring Collection."
I love songs where the snare comes in, like delayed snare hits. It just vibes. Pay attention to that.
Good bass line.
Yeah, of course they start off with the bass.
White eyes and corkscrew hair, type of lace you found somewhere. Hard gloss on lipstick smile, kind of tight to spin for a while.
I got a feeling we're in a good treat for some bass and drums tonight.
Mean that much to me. Shades and day glow tears.
It's cool. I think his lyrics are very intelligent, and I think just the time, the Sex Pistols have been out already. It's kind of like anti-punk punk rock lyrics about look at this freaking
There's
this era of music and these people that wear their dress. They're all fake and just they don't understand
there's
what's really happening.
two bands that come to mind when I kind of listen to this album: The Clash,
Clash 100%.
Clash, and a little bit of Devo.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And Devo's kind of that anti-punk punk band. It's just
Well, to piggyback on that, I hear influences on future punk bands. Like I can hear Descendants in this. There's some tracks later on that you're going to hear that almost I can see Rancid kind of pulling some of that, which they were also compared to Clash a lot.
yeah.
A lot of people talk shit about Rancid a little bit being kind of a clashy band, and they kind of took that as a badge of honor, which I agree they should have. And that Rancid is Rancid. But yeah, if you listen to these songs as we go along, there's definitely a whole punk vibe there, especially the early stuff that we like.
Yeah.
And you're right, definitely the Clash is in there. And if you know the Jam, you're going to hear some of that too, like this whole English kind of new wave, pre-new wave, post-punk kind of
they're
weird,
weird, intermittent,
yeah,
weird, between punk and
yeah,
new wave.
exactly.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
they got
They got
new wave
their
going on.
own unique little
Right.
identity.
Well, the whole mod thing, right? That's all mod cons from the Jam. There was that whole mod thing, which it was kind of like that, like Madness, kind of some of the guys that broke off and did some of the reggae stuff and kind of doing all that kind of the horns and stuff. It's all kind of
ska
tight.
in it.
Yeah, a little ska stuff. That's what I was trying to get at. Ska.
Yeah, they got a little bit of ska, which was big in the late '70s, early '80s, going on with the specials and whatnot.
And I think what hit me when I listened to this too is very English sounding. Obviously, like
There's no denying that.
his
But even like
accent.
if you think about the Ramones, which ironically were kind of not really, they did their own thing in America at the same time that all the other stuff was coming up, Sex Pistols and all that stuff. But it has almost like the American English punk is the Ramones.
Yeah, and it's like I always heard a little bit of David Bowie in this guy too, just a little
Absolutely,
bit, you know.
it's there. It's there.
The old Thin White Knight.
That's it. A little bit.
All right, so we're going now to. All right, so now is their number one hit, the one-hit wonder.
The one-hit wonder.
Of the Vapors.
Yeah.
No one's ever heard of the Vapors, but you have.
You've
in
heard
this
the Vapors.
song called "Turning Japanese."
Yes,
I read
sir.
a great article about this guy who he goes to all the bands that had "quote unquote" one-hit wonders and went over their discography to kind of see how they actually were. And he read an article about the Vapors, this album, and then he goes on to say like, really, "Turning Japanese" might be not the worst song, but there's so many more great songs in this album that no one's even heard.
Yeah, and that's kind of like what I was talking about. Was
Yeah.
it just feels out of place on the album, but it's still a great song. I'm not taking anything away from that.
No.
But
It kind
the
of-
rest of the songs are, they just fit. It fits like as an album.
Yeah.
So
Well,
better
what's
or worse, I don't
interesting,
know. But
the album, there's a song on here, "Letter to Hero," right? There's other references. To me, it's a love song. There's a lot of love songs
Yeah.
on
there
here.
is.
And they have these other anxious songs, these other kind of interesting, plays. Like I said, we talked about Cold War in America, but it almost seems like every song is a love song, but it's all kind of tied together. But I mean, love and war,
So,
hate, and everything. Just
So it's funny, "Turning Japanese," and it kind of helped him. And Dave Fenton and the Vapors kind of acknowledged it, that it became a euphemism for, in the English term, wanking.
wanking, turning
But
Japanese.
they said no, it has nothing to do with that. But it happened. I guess they were number one in Australia. They flew to Australia and toured, and then on their way back to the UK, they stopped in like maybe a dozen dates on the 6 on the West Coast, 6 on the East Coast. They sold out all those shows. They said, really, the Americans came up with the euphemism for masturbation,
Yeah,
which
nice.
I guess it helped them.
Yeah.
They acknowledged that, but just like, it's not about that. But they do interviews where like they
Kind of pushes the other
coy
songs
about
to
it,
the
like,
back a little bit.
yeah, it was about it. No, it wasn't about it.
I mean,
but
if you think about it, though, if you listen to the lyrics and understand like the
You can see
stereotype of the,
You can see he's talking about love and things that are going on. in there.
it kind of, you can see that
but
being the
but,
way. But yeah,
in another in the interviews he was talking about, he put "Turning Japanese" because like he broke up with his ex-girlfriend or whatever, and
Yeah.
he just felt like he was like alone by himself, like unrecognizable. So he was sitting in his flat. He couldn't think of a chorus for this song, and at 4 a.m. he wakes up and like, wow, turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. Just to like have that metaphor for like
changing.
I'm changing.
Yeah.
I'm unrecognizable. He said it could have been turning Lebanese, turning Portuguese, but it just didn't have the same ring as Japanese. And he said it might have been subconsciously because, as you mentioned, the "Letters to Hero" song.
Yeah.
He had been kind of studying about Japanese culture, so maybe subconsciously it came up that way.
For
Plus
sure.
all the post-war stuff. It's
Post-war.
World War II references, especially the letter
Yeah,
to
a lot
Hero.
of exactly. I mean, it's called Nuclear Days, right? Nuclear Days. Well, the bomb was dropped on Japan, right? So
Yeah.
a lot of it has maybe that ties
Hiroshima.
Hiroshima, right?
So it's just funny how one little mention
thing,
really
yeah.
made the song blow. But the song is a great song.
It's a good song.
It is a good song.
So
and
while-
he did say though, I'd rather be a one-hit wonder than a no-hit wonder.
Okay,
But
there you go.
Don't we
anyway,
all?
So
let's get to turning Japanese.
So we're drinking some Japanese whiskey, and it's probably turning us a little Japanese and Scottish at the same time. But I want to point out, to piggyback on this, so the streaming service we're using, which we encourage all our listeners to listen to the bands we're playing here, just to give a little reference here, okay? So the second most listened song has 571,000 listens. 571,000. Okay? Turning Japanese, 49 million.
yeah,
That's quite the jump. That's quite the
But
jump.
also the reason why we want to do stuff like this to encourage people to listen to
Listen to other
albums that you
songs.
wouldn't otherwise know.
Pump up those views on those listens on the other
these,
songs.
These
here.
bands did some work. Let's
Yeah.
appreciate their music,
For
man.
sure.
and it's
Yeah.
good stuff.
For sure. Okay, let's get into it.
So
Here we
this
go.
is the UK version. So again, Turning Japanese is song 2. On the US version, it was actually the kickoff song.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Just gotta listen right into the shoot. Okay, here we go. Turning Japanese.
It's so good though.
Good song. It's
And the
fun.
bass line,
Bass,
just moving.
Bass, it's fun. It's a fun song.
I got your picture of me and you. You wrote I love you. I wrote me too. I sit and stare at it, there's nothing else to do. Oh, it's in color. Your hair
Like
is
the guitar parts kind of tease the chorus, you know. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun, yeah.
I like how the snare
Get
hits
ready
like
for that transition.
I often kiss you when there's no one else around.
yeah, the rhythms in the song are great, dude.
Phenomenal.
This whole album too, but
I find it interesting that guitar part they play with there. It's very kind of has that Japanese kind of feel, and then so I assume the producers got there and were like, let's put this little Japanese
there's not a
like really push that.
well, this album in general is very layered with keyboards in there. You have some piano in there. Throw some acoustic in there. Just like highlight a lot of like parts of the song.
For sure. I thought it was a little overkill with the but I get what they're
Well,
doing here.
it's a little
You're pushing
cliche,
a
it's a
you're
little
pushing a one-hit wonder.
Borderline kind of stereotype thing, you know. There's
Yeah. I guess as a producer, you're like, well, this is what we got to do.
Japanese
We want it to be a hit.
It's funny the amount of
I got your picture.
bands that have covered this song.
I'd like a million of them around my side.
Noise for a Name covered this song.
To take a picture.
Many others. It was in Beverly Hills Ninja. Remember Chris Farley? It was in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese, I really think so.
Very nice.
But I guess it's a blessing, right? If you're gonna break up in 3.5 years, and have this song under your belt to carry you through, like.
Well, they're getting royalties right now for the
Yeah.
song.
They are.
So obviously, like all of us were too young. I was only 2 when this came out. You
I
were
wasn't even
just born,
yet.
yeah.
I wasn't even born.
So I
yet.
mean, to me, it's like definitely representative of the '80s.
Where am I?
Yes.
And I think, yeah, you're not even.
You're a
you're
little
nothing.
twinkle in the dance.
I'm invisible.
But I think I want to say that this was on like one of those like now it's the '80s, you know, like one of those compilation albums.
Absolutely.
Catch the
This
80s.
is very
Yeah.
80s.
It's always
for sure.
it's like one of those ones that's always going to be on
Yeah,
there.
we're out of the
You know?
70s,
It's
here's
like
the
girls, you want to have
80s.
fun, and this song.
Yeah,
and
it's on there. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, back when they used to sell all the CDs, like get your collection of the '80s. Yeah, it's a 8-set thing of the '80s.
The late night infomercial. You know?
Yeah, exactly. If
This
they
is-
still do
you're
those?
hearing this. You're hearing
They
this.
still do those infomercials.
This
late
is lead
night?
guitar though, like just the parts are perfect, man. Great songwriting. The one hit wonder. Like I said, people, if you are listening, don't stop at this song because this song is just in there. Like this whole album is.
Well, I gotta say, I hope if you're listening to us that you're on here because you're going to and you want to listen more than just this song. That's,
Yeah, this is our invitation to you to listen to this album.
That's
Yeah.
the point of this thing too, right? Is to get expose people to music they may or may not have heard.
yeah, to turn them on to the Vapors. Go buy a Vapor shirt.
Oh, and by the way, they just released a new album,
They did.
Really?
and you know, and it was crowdsourced. They saw some interest bubbling up through the ether and the new way of things in social media and the internet, of course. And they literally crowdsourced enough people. Like I think the Steve Smith mentioned something like 20 grand was generated through the crowdsourcing, and it
Nice.
literally enabled them to create a new record. And I was listening to that as part of this, and it's great. It's
Some-
actually really good. If you kind of put yourself in the mindset that say they just released this in the 80s as
Yeah.
another album, it's there.
Tell me they're going on tour.
They are.
They might. I
Nice.
think they are.
You're gonna
So you-
catch them at a local show.
So an
Absolutely.
interesting point about them coming back. So with I listened to an interview with Dave Fenton, and someone asked him about the music industry today, So back in the day, he was saying like, yeah, you'd pay. He was talking in quids and shit like that. I don't know what the hell that means, like pounds or whatever. You would pay like, let's just call it. We'll go with American stuff. You pay $5 for a show. You'd pay $10 for the record. Just round numbers. Now it's you pay $40 for a show, and then you just stream it.
Yep.
So the artist isn't getting the money royalties off the record sales.
Yep.
But it's ironic that he says that because I think some of their success is the Vapors coming back to being what they are. Is that Turning Japanese really, because this album is so solid, maybe with the streaming, people were listening to everything. And this album really has, it's matured or what do you call it? Like, it's like a wine. It's aged well with time, right?
It did for me while listening to it.
Yeah,
I said at first, it didn't work, but now I'm like,
maybe people were like, they knew about all this stuff, and now you could stream it. Like more people stream it, and they were just like the crowdsource thing. They're like, you know what? The Vapors are actually a really good band. It wasn't just Turning Japanese, and maybe that helped them catapult to where they are now with making these albums.
So where streaming could be a bad thing, at the same time could be
it could
thing.
be good. Yeah.
There's one particular band that you guys know I absolutely love, and I think streaming has revitalized them now. Is the band Tool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll dive into an album or two of theirs, but nonetheless, so streaming, there's positive and negatives to it. Obviously, the royalty things has been a bit of an issue with some of the stuff, but that's why we encourage everyone to go out and buy a vinyl.
Which is huge. I think I want to say last year or the year before, there was the first time that vinyl had outsold CDs.
It makes sense. I mean, you don't need a CD anymore.
Everything comes back, right?
Yeah.
But go back to the artist. If you love an artist, go out and purchase stuff from them. Go see them live, but get merchandise. Go get a vinyl.
Yeah, I mean, people put their heart and soul to this stuff. It's not
for you to listen to.
Like we've been in
and
bands.
Enjoy in your life.
It's not just being in a band is tough, man. It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks like touring is glamorous, but that's a lot of hard work going from city to city, setting up your stuff all the time.
If you got a family, you're away from your family.
Yeah, working on your set. What do you want to do? Like getting your craft, and like you may have a bad night, you sound like shit, but you really want to just hone in to be like the best you can, and and just always do better.
For sure.
So let's move on to more of that album.
We're 2 songs in.
So we're past Turning Japanese. Let's get to like the meat of this
now
album.
we're into the meat and potatoes.
So now
even Spring Collection a little bit kind of is on the back burner. We kind of really roll into this UK version now.
It's almost like you could almost like take Turning Japanese off of if you're streaming this and make the album a playlist and take that song off and then listen to Spring Collection through.
I do enjoy Turning Japanese. It's fun.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Sure. But yes, this album, yeah.
So
absolutely.
Now we go into Cold War, which was left off the U.S. release of this album. It's kind of funny. But.
So we'll get into this later, but there's also news at 10 that England took off of. They won't let you play it on the radio.
Well, because that was a BBC thing.
BBC thing, yeah.
Because News at 10 was a competitor.
Yeah.
On a different network. They said, nope.
We'll get there. So here we go. Cold War going in.
So this is like a Primus song right here.
A little bit, and it is a little Primus, and it's real quiet, and it builds up.
Damn blue-collared tweakers. That's what I hear.
A little bit, yeah. I could definitely pick some
Totally,
Primus.
dude.
Definitely pick some Primus. I thought that earlier when I was listening. I'm
That's
like,
funny. I did not think that, but now that you said it immediately, I'm like, yeah, totally.
This song makes me think
this song
of...
gives me chills, dude, like, to be honest with you.
This is one of my favorites on the record, for sure.
It makes me think of We're Only Making Plans for Nigel.
Oh,
Which is a great 80s song, and Primus covers that.
Yep.
I like these lyrics. I think it talks about, like, punk rock are all like, yeah, fuck the man. But they really don't get anything accomplished. They're just talking shit, blah, blah, blah. But meanwhile, under the surface, there's a lot of stuff going on that they have no control over. And here comes another Cold War that you could not do anything about, punk rocker.
Yeah, what are you going to do about this?
In your tight leather jeans.
I love
Sorry.
when the drums come in here.
So sick, dude.
Little white dogs in black and chains, screaming indignation.
So good.
Like little white dogs in black and chains, like little innocent puppies screaming at the man. Well, the man's just fucking you right now because...
Talking about the punkers and their chains?
Yeah. Like stoning priests and virgins because they're much too clean for your new machine. you guys are talking shit about the Priest and the Virgins because they're not like punk rock enough. But then again, here's the Cold War fucking people, the war machine, keep going. That you're not gonna stop, dude. You can talk about these little social issues, but
Yeah, what do they care about your little side things?
just shut your eyes and go back home. Really smart lyrics, man. This guy's lyrics are great. The melodies are awesome. Yeah. Just the build-ups, the crescendos, the climaxes, all in this song for sure.
Man, I would have loved to see this live
Yeah.
back in the heyday.
Like back in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
80s small little club. Cigarette smoke all through the air.
Badass.
Small club, you know.
Yeah.
That bass tone.
The guitar
I love
tones,
it.
just the drums, just like rocking it, dude.
Is this a military state? Is this a military state?
Very clashy right here. A little clashy.
Yeah, a little clash, you know.
Is this a military state? Is this
Good.
a military
I love this song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
You play left-handed for the revolution.
military state?
You talking about the bass player?
I think so.
Is this a military state? Is this a military state? Is this a military
Little military.
I was gonna say a little
So
military
is that
snare.
the reason why they banned it in the U.S. or didn't want to put it? Because it says this is a military state we're in. Like, come
course,
on,
of
80s,
course.
let's go.
Any perceived angst against the machine, they're gonna put their thumb down on it. You know,
Yeah, it's,
they're the same people that put explicit lyric stickers
know,
on
right?
CDs
Is
eventually.
Ronnie in presidency yet?
Ronnie was running for president this
Oh
year.
yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
hadn't been elected yet when this album came out.
Ronnie and George Sr.
There's a few tracks where it slows down at the end. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
There's like one or two more where it's like this slow drop.
America.
Listen to the acoustic in this album. Or, I'm sorry, song. And I feel it's very, like, American, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
It's almost like a
poppy
little-
America.
Little surf rocky Beach Boy vibe there.
The bass just rocking, dude.
And the American Revolution or the English, battle continues.
You know, I want to say that I knew I've heard this song before, and didn't know it was the Vapors.
171,000 listens.
I was one of them.
I was probably about,
A couple times.
I was 1,000 of those, I think, in the last week. So.
The Vapors like, why are we getting so many listens right now? Oh, the bass tone in this album.
It's impeccable. It's so good, and it fits so well.
Yeah. And him and the him and the drummer, they have such a good
So right here, this part, it looks like Elvis sounding here.
A little Elvis Costello too. Now that I'm thinking about it,
And this guitar solo is, it almost is like an ode to, like, almost the...
Chuck Berry.
It's almost an ode to, like, the Star Spangled Banner a little bit. When it gets back into it, but...
Okay, I can see where you're coming from with that.
is that acoustic?
Oh yeah, they bring the acoustic in there. It's good. I like that.
That pick hit.
Go to America. Go to America. Lord, I wanna stay with you, but I wanna take you to baby.
Snarled lip. Freaking Elvis.
Something cool too about chugging clean electric.
Yeah.
Right? There's no distortion.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was kind of like the producer. He wanted that clean kind of version I was reading, and then the next album, Magnets, is a little more distorted. So I think it was just that kind of producer.
I have not listened to that album, and I read that it was darker,
Yeah.
grittier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I dove into it. Love it. It's good.
I haven't ever heard a bad Vapors song. And this one just, oh man, this one too.
The volume swell.
This one's not on. This is not on the American version, is it?
It is.
Can we listen to that? Can we listen to that intro again?
Start it over.
I love this intro.
Yeah, with the drums and like, yeah.
Hi-hat hits.
Oh man,
Clean.
It's another love song.
A love
About
song.
relationships.
Yeah. A lot of love songs in here.
It's driving bass.
Yeah. The bass is so good.
Nuclear Days.
Nuclear Days.
Great artwork in the album too.
Another reason to buy the record. Whether it's the LP or even buy a CD. It's
Buy
something
something.
tangible to hold, look at, and flip through, and you can smell it.
Yeah.
It's something to be said about that.
The artwork, right? You can have the artwork. You can, if you have it, you know, to look at and see what's on the inside, what's on the back cover, right? When you stream music, you can see the front cover, but what's on the back? What's on the inside? There's more to the artwork than just the front of the album.
Great harmonies, by the way, which we haven't touched on. Which I believe Steve Smith was a harmonizer, background vocal guy.
Yeah, I think the guitar player was too.
I think they all kind of did it. Yeah.
Check out the transition right here into the next,
The little piano.
the next
there
sound.
Right now. Yeah, the layering of this album.
The
is
piano.
great.
There's a like right here, phenomenal transition into the
Just the
next
crescendos,
riff.
man. Great songwriters, dude. Dave Fenton is badass.
Great dynamics.
But right after this chorus, the bass player just plays this transitional fill. Yeah.
Punk rock.
Great. This is a great fucking album, dude.
Yeah.
It's good.
And this was like, I found it just like kind of out of nowhere. I'm like, dude.
Album night, baby.
Album night,
Force,
that
it
was
forces
great.
you.
You had to listen to so
give
many
it a
different
theme.
albums.
We give it a theme.
Yeah.
And you go find something, bring it to the table, and tell us why.
For sure.
And
And
it's opened so many doors.
Well, when we were doing it, it wasn't like, oh, it's my album year. Let me just listen to one album, like throw a dart at it. You listen to 10, 15 different albums, and you break it down to like maybe 5, and then you break it down to like 2, and then you bring it to the table, and now you're like, and that's the beauty of it. Listen to the album.
We should have an album night where it's like an album you were gonna pick.
Yeah.
That could go all night.
Yeah, what was that? What was the choice number 2, right? The side B.
Rock and roll,
Choice
baby.
B.
Jam it.
I said a lot of things I didn't mean, 'cause I was hungry for your sweet 16.
I feel like that was like an Andy lead. Fades out, yeah.
I wanna do it again.
I want to do it again.
I wanna do it again. I wanna do it again. I wanna do it again. I wanna do it again. I wanna do it again. I wanna. Everybody I know has to face the trains. Everybody I know makes the same mistakes.
Yeah. Don't let you.
Trains. Get ya.
Nice. Okay, so that was the Trains. So up next is the just Bunkers. It's the last
It's
song.
like it's not the trains, it's trains, but that's all right.
Trains,
We're going through it.
Bunkers. So this is gonna be the last song on side A of a vinyl, and personally, it's my favorite song
I agree. I think it's my favorite song
on the
also.
album.
Actually, yeah, it's my favorite song.
One thing I'm going to say about this song is, when you're listening to a streaming service and it starts automatically playing certain songs and play songs maybe you haven't heard before, this song came on. I was like, wow, I really like this song. Like, who is this? And this is after you played it for album night, and this is prior to what we're listening to now. I'm like, oh, I really like this song. Who is this? And it had that Clash kind of sound. I'm like, oh man, it's the Vapors. Cool. And I saved it, so it's like my one saved song to like songs, so that when you're like, oh, we're listening to the Vapors, I looked at them like, oh, Bunkers
Of course, on Nuclear Days.
is on here. It's on Nuclear Days. I'm like, oh, perfect.
So another thing just to touch on Nuclear Days, it's called Bunkers, right?
Yeah,
Kind of war.
got to get in the
I
bunker.
feel like their album is set up where one song's a love song, next one's kind of like war-ish, then a love song, then war-ish. We just came from Trains now into Bunkers.
Yeah.
And, you know, to me, Bunkers is songs about, like, people just kind of hide from certain things. And
Yeah, not just nuclear blasts.
no, they just want to.
But love,
like,
sometimes you got to
lot
get
of
away.
metaphor. A lot of
Yeah,
metaphor
the
here.
love. The whole
love.
album was almost love, but they've
Yeah.
got all this war in
They-
there because love can be warful,
Yeah, they want
right?
to escape from society for a little bit, and just everyone's kind of just doing their own thing. They're
Yeah.
hiding in the bunkers. And anyway, great song. Let's go. Anything else, Joe?
No, I'm ready.
Let's
Get
go.
get
baby.
into the bunkers, and this
I'm
is
in.
definitely a very heavy class sounding song, but that's okay. Here we go, bunkers.
Yes.
The bass.
The bass playing power chords.
Yeah. You know,
the
Joe and I
Rickenbacker.
On
You
the
know,
Rickenbacker.
you know, Joe and I love a good bass line.
So my favorite. Okay, this is my favorite song. Because
been
of the
determined.
guitar. Just like the overlaying rhythms on the guitar, dude, it's fantastic, a little Scottish, but like has
Yeah.
that.
In the country.
And back to that, the first vocal I was talking about, he can bring it down, he can sing in a kind of quiet mode, and
That made me so excited when I moved uptown. Maybe it's the noise in the streets in the car parks. Maybe it's the kids as they swan around.
I just love like they give the song room to breathe. Ironically, in Bunkers.
Yeah, right.
Maybe it's the corner where we all hang out. I got no idea where we go from here. But maybe that's why we're living in bunkers.
They're all lost. They don't know what to do, so they're just gonna
Lost.
hide out in the bunkers. Just
bog down,
Wait out the war.
wait it out, figure it out, you know. In England at this time, you have Margaret Thatcher, you know, so you got a lot of that stuff going on. I mean, this is 80, this is the time when Pink Floyd came with The Wall, and they were kind of talking about that stuff where they're kind of bring people in. It's the Clash.
That lead guitar over that rhythm is just it's a little.
Went in the road to see the end of a movie. 'Cause I really like the pub where the heroine dies. She takes away so many million secrets. But she tells just a few before she closes her eyes. I reckon it's the high and the low of my weekend. I reckon it's
Palm
over the
muting.
crazy with the
Yeah.
The clean guitar.
That's what I'm talking about, man. It's like,
I
what
reckon
am I thinking of? Punk rock.
I got no idea.
I think, like I said before, Elvis Costello, they kind of had that kind of going on.
They introduced the acoustic back in here too.
Against Me is what I'm thinking about. And, you know, Against Me came out.
They were very
They
clean.
were clean guitars. You know, it was a big step back from the distorted punk
Yeah.
rock, right? And I don't think we've ever really talked about that. Against Me's got to be on this list eventually, but yeah, this like chuggy clean electric guitars are sick.
Because I talk about like the layers too, like there's like some like bongos in there, like the acoustic guitar going on, and just the rhythms, the driving, the groove, everything, man, badass.
The car at the cops if I'm seen on the street. Strikes me as
Very
pointless to
poignant
millions of wires.
lyrics. The lyrics are very intelligent.
Could be a government but one day. Don't tell me in anger, just tell me for real. What is everybody trying to do?
The harmonies are here. Constant harmony.
Doesn't everybody to live on the street?
I love it.
With all these cowboys and bunkers and creeps. I got no idea where we go from here. But maybe that's why we're living in bunkers. I got no idea.
All the melodies and the guitar and everything. It's good.
That's why we're living in bunkers. We're living in. We're living in.
Acoustics back. Oh, ring outs.
Like you said, little bongos. Slow it down.
We'll slow down
Yeah,
in.
slow
There
it
it
down.
is.
Slow it down. You got to slow it down. Bring it down, baby.
Yeah. This album is when it was a pleasant surprise, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
So here we go, side B.
Side B, News at 10.
This was another single they released.
Yeah,
This is actually a crowd favorite
This-
that they play.
this has the second most listens
Yeah.
on this streaming service we're on.
So this song's very it talks about the generational differences between what one generation might think about another. You know, again, kind of punk rock lyrics. Did you smell it? I didn't agree because it's your old man.
And then there's the bass. Oh, the bass.
So the guitar and the melody of this song is very, very well done. Some synth in there, yeah, it's great. The bass.
You've been working real hard and you feel real sick with the whole world. And your feelings in the oven and it's all dried up. And your mom don't like it cause you messed her up for the evening.
It's English humor. This is very UK album, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, like the Jam was a very popular band. They probably could have blown worldwide, but they were so like to their English roots. They kind of just said, "Fuck you, America. We're just gonna stay English." Where the Clash kind of blew up like worldwide. But the Jam was kind of Jam is probably on the same level of the Clash, but they just didn't want to take it to the level of like, all right, let's go to America and have that kind of influence.
Yeah, I don't know if we can speak to the motivations of what the Clash was trying to do at the time, because they were even labeled as like the only band that mattered back then.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think that the same bands that were part of that kind of scene, you're right. I think some of them just kind of stayed at their roots and weren't concerned with any of it. And history kind of let that play out.
Yeah.
Because now you can reflect back on those bands and go, okay, well, these guys are perfect in their own right. There was no competition.
Yeah. Is that a punk beat, Ken?
Sounds like it to me.
You know, it's funny, like punk, right? We grew up listening to punk, but this is all like considered post-punk.
Yeah, which is so funny.
like,
I was thinking about that.
Some of the genres, dude.
Yeah,
you know?
post-punk.
It's all
Okay.
just
like-
music to me, you know?
But prior to this, like punk had been around prior, like maybe 3-4 years, right? So now it's all post-punk, new wave, like. But meanwhile, at the same time, you've got all these bands coming out, right? Descendants, Bad Brains, and the list goes on from the '80s style. It's like, how is any of it post? Because it's just really just a name and a genre, the label.
I think that's something
a
that came
style.
about after the fact. I think that if people look back at it and go, they call it that. I don't think at the time they would
Yeah, I
consider
don't
that.
think so either.
So you think here was just like new wave,
Yeah,
I don't think they call themselves
I don't
new
even
wave.
think it was considered anything at the time.
which is
And what was the new wave? That's just like the new wave of British people coming
yeah,
over.
new wave of British music. Yeah,
I think this is more like new wave.
new,
Actually, this is
new wave.
this is my other favorite song other than Bunkers.
Somehow,
Yeah. I like the synth and the drums. When the drums hit like a, not in this part, but like during the chorus, there's like a synth when the snare hits.
this part reminds me of Oingo Boingo.
Yep, there's a little of that in there for sure.
Everybody's talking at me. It's gone foggy in here. But it's time
The hooks are great, man.
Yeah,
and leaves me to reflect. Was this just a waste of time? Or was this time well spent?
It's just a waste of time. The time well spent.
She's back again.
it's a love song.
Me to smile and be prepared.
Again, we go from love song to kind of warish.
It's definitely a pattern.
Attention song.
Definitely a pattern there.
There, yeah.
Leave me now. I'll make it up to you somehow.
So when the next verse comes in, listen to the drums and the kind of the synth that hits with the snare.
I'll make it up to you somehow. I've listened to you. Please listen to me. Oh, don't tie yourself completely. Just wait and see.
80s baby.
Try very hard for a second chance. Which is it to be? One that romance.
It's so dry, dude. It's so good.
It makes all the difference.
Turning Japanese, screw turning Japanese. This is the
This is the
real
vapors.
stuff.
This is the vapors. This whiskey's turning me Japanese.
It sure is.
Japanese whiskey.
When you try to forget.
Album on the rocks, right?
Album on the rocks, baby.
The past is old in tears. The present
There's no E in this whiskey. It's KY. WHISKY. So it's a scotch. Japanese scotch.
It's still on the rocks, though, right?
Oh, it's on the rocks. It's called Nuclear Days. It's called
Couple rocks.
It's called Nuclear Days.
It is a little more clear than bourbon.
Oh, I thought you had it bucket right there. Okay.
Dave Fenton is a great songwriter, and he should be recognized for that.
Agreed.
Kind of a strange looking fellow. He's got the English teeth going. Sorry, Dave, if you're listening.
Yeah. Hey, Dave Fenton, if you happen to be listening to this at any point in our lives, we love you.
I guess I
We
haven't
love
looked
you.
at their picture. Okay.
I have
We gotta
Google
bring some comedy to this.
Googleizer.
I have English family. My great uncle was Mickey Most. I get it.
I think I'm turning Japanese. Here we go. I love the song.
So this song, again, going back to
Yeah.
war.
Back to work.
So the 60-second interval is like I read about when there's back in the day when you used to battle on the battlefield.
Okay.
There was an agreement between both sides that each side would get 60 seconds to go remove their dead from the field before they went and fought again.
At what point in time, though? At what point do you claim your 60-second interval?
There's some
You shoot for a minute, and then you stop for a minute, or
there's some sort of like, okay, we've killed enough. Let's go get our dead. You have 60 seconds to get them off the field. Right?
you put some sort of flag up or some sort, and now it's time to go. Put the
This is what this
bass.
song's kind of about.
Ah, interesting fact.
According to the Wikipedia, the song was the inspiration for the long-running 60-second interview feature of the UK's free Metro newspaper given away at public transport stations.
Huh, interesting.
But could also relate
Maybe
to
I was
war.
way off.
Citation
But hey,
needed,
that could
so
be
maybe that's
related
not
to
true.
war
I don't
as
know.
They're out tonight. They must go down.
I've
I know I'm going to keep bringing up the bass lines just because they're just so choice.
Very bass driven.
100%. I mean, Joe,
This
you
guy
can
was a drummer
why
to
do you-
begin with.
Joe, you can see why I enjoy this song, right? Like, if this song came on randomly on my feed, I'd be sending this to Joe.
But just listen to the melodies though
Dude,
too,
yeah,
man.
check
It's
out
like
this.
it sticks with you.
It's all
Mellow. It's got like a little groove to it.
60 second interval.
Oh man, just bringing the heat.
60 seconds.
Steve Smith, you're great, man.
He was a drummer, but Dave Fenton knew he could play bass. Listen to the lead right here.
Yeah.
And a little countdown in the background.
So-
60 seconds.
So, Joe, I think you mentioned the Descendants as like an influence of this. So, on the first album, Milo Goes to College, the bass player, that dude was like 35, where the rest of them were like 16, 17. So, you know, he was listening to the Vapors. We can assume. We're not sure.
If I had a chance to talk to him, I'd ask, "Hey,
Hey,
Vapors?
yeah,
You heard of the Vapors?
yeah. Hey, Vapors.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Nuclear Days. I could see it. Here it comes.
I'm definitely getting the Bowie vibe on some of this.
Oh, definitely. So here it comes, Andy. Bring out your dead. 60-second intervals. You have 60 seconds. Bring out your dead.
Better hurry up and drop your dead.
Hey. see it.
They're just like crescendos. and
Right back
everything.
into
Oh, man,
it.
it's
Yeah,
great.
just bring it right back
Right
in.
back to
Bring
the
it right
groove.
back down. Yeah, back to the groove, baby.
Little change right there. Little
Yeah.
change.
Mm-hmm.
Slow.
And the slowdown. Ooh, ends with a power chord bass note?
Yeah.
Come on.
So good. I mean, Descendants, right? We gotta ask him.
Steve, you're great.
You sure? What was the bass player's name for the Descendants? Was it Steve Smith?
You might have been Steve.
Is this the same guy from the Descendants?
Oh, okay.
Might be.
You know? Let's ask Google.
It's not.
So the next song, "Waiting for the Weekend," again. We
Waiting
go
for the
from
Weekend.
Love song to war. To
Love song.
to war.
Yeah, so we have Waiting for the Weekend and then Letter from Hero. So it's a little bit of a love song too, but
But "Waiting for the Weekend," it's
it's a fun song.
a fun song. It was actually released as a single. I guess it didn't have quite the success as the other singles, but there was actually a good music video that they released on MTV
Oh,
for this,
Interesting.
for this song.
okay. It's no Turning Japanese,
No, but
but it's a good fun song.
it's a good fun song.
Here we go.
It's actually a pretty entertaining video. One guy pops out of a trunk of a car when they're changing, because he's working on a car,
Oh, okay.
and they pop out of a trunk and they're singing the song. That's funny.
Give me an
It's-
avocado,
It's 80s stuff.
a
dude.
snorkel,
Hanger and some chiclets.
chiclets.
Some
There we go. We'll make it happen.
They got
Put
to check,
this
they had
thing
to check out
together.
the girder to make sure it was all good.
Yeah, put this thing together. Bass. Boom.
Just the rhythms, man. Fucking so
It makes all the difference in the universe.
They have like this really great way of like bringing up like a wall of sound and then
yeah.
Yeah.
Get about the things your mind all night. But in the morning there's that feeling again. Another 9 hours until I reach your train at the station.
What a shame they only lasted for 3.5 years.
All day on the telephone.
Well, you can't say that because it came out later on with the other stuff, but obviously at their peak and prime is where they should have hit.
Yeah, they're kind of a victim of the music industry. Like,
Yeah. And
they
they
got
claim
pushed
that.
aside. The freaking Kate Bush and Duran Duran,
Margaret Thatcher.
I do encourage everyone to listen to the new record, Wasp in a Jar. It's
You
awesome.
said, you said it came out this year?
Came out 2025.
Oh, gotta give it a listen.
Yeah, give it a listen.
Gotta give it a listen. It's on
Wasp
my
in a
list now.
Jar. Crowdsourced. Members got back together.
Well, after
And,
this album,
did
I
re-
listened to the album after this, Magnets. It's so good. It's really good. I mean, it's
I
my challenge.
haven't
It's going
listened to
to
it yet. I
challenge
have
this
to.
album.
yeah. The lyrics are they're a little more dark. They talk about just like social issues. Like I said,
Yeah.
this guy's a great lyricist, man.
Yeah.
Very poignant, It's good. The guy's a lawyer for crying out loud. He's a smart guy.
You said one of the guys became mayor? Who be-
So the drummer, Howard Smith,
Howard Smith, yeah.
he became drummer of their hometown, or mayor of their hometown.
mayor and drummer.
Yeah.
I think their current drummer is Michael Bose, I want to say. I think he's on the new record.
Okay. Wow. Nice.
And some of the live stuff, they've gotten back together and did some live stuff. And I don't know if it was Michael or some other guy, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Howard Smith couldn't make the reunion, quote unquote, because just
Too busy
his
marrying.
political career and everything else. But we can do like a "Where Are They Now" after the last song,
Yeah.
because I think it's interesting. All these guys became successful in their own right.
Nice.
Waiting for the weekend. Waiting for the weekend. Waiting for the weekend to come.
Waiting for the weekend after you get out of that bunker.
All right, so here's the ultimate song, the last one.
Yeah, so this last song, the longest song on the album, it's 6 minutes and 23 seconds, where the rest are 3 and under. Before we get into this, we give a quick cheers. It's officially Andy's birthday.
Oh,
Is it really?
Hey, happy
happy
birthday!
Thank you guys. This
Listeners,
is fun. I love doing this.
If you're out there, listeners, give a little cheer.
This is actually it's a great time just researching all this stuff. And it's just a great hobby. I love it.
It's why we do it. Love music, and we love what we do. And okay,
It's a good outlet.
Good outlet, absolutely. Okay, here we go. Final song of New Clear Days.
It's a letter from Hiro. I think Hiro was a photographer they had on tour. There's a Japanese guy named Hiro, and they kind of named the song after him.
Oh, so not Hiroshima.
No.
Interesting.
So the instrument used for the long instrumental outro is called a cymbalom. I think I'm saying that right. Hungarian. It's also known as a cymbal or a concert cymbalom. It's a chordophone composed of a large trapezoidal box on legs with metal strings stretched across its top and a dampening pedal underneath.
Nice. Almost like a pedal steel, almost, huh?
Exactly.
But this song is kind of just like he has a pen pal from Japan who he writes, and he says, "Hey, man, there's a war about to start. So I'm just letting you know it's about to happen." And while he's here in the UK reading from his pen pal, he's like, "Okay, that sucks." Not knowing that an actual war is about to hit UK also when they go into World War II.
Oh, so this is kind of bringing it back to the past of just a pen pal, a buddy from Japan. I'm from UK. Now we're enemies as countries.
Essentially, yes.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
Deep.
Again, nuclear days.
New Clear Days.
Yeah,
If you say it right.
you say it right.
Here we
Great
go.
album cover. You should check it out.
Oh, it's great.
Every instrument in this song is phenomenal. The layering is great. Just a jam.
It almost brings love song meets war. We were talking about war, love, war, love, war, love.
Yeah,
This
it's kind of
one
a trade-off
kinda-
every other.
It
but
just brings
this
them
is
both together.
Yeah.
This is the climax.
Yeah,
The UK version.
yeah. The way it was meant to be listened to. The way the artist wanted you to hear it.
I think it was Thursday. I think it was late. 1930. 8. Got a letter from Hero. He'd left out the date. He said he was waiting for an outbreak. Took a look in the mirror. It should have been me, but there was nothing.
It's like anger now, you know?
Nothing to see. Pulled a thought from the curtains, and I went downstairs.
It would have been so great to see this band live. Like,
That's what I'm saying,
during this
man.
era.
Yeah, I get a lot of that from some of the stuff we listen to.
What you're
It's just-
saying? I mean, it's very possible with them releasing this one if they come to us for a couple shows. You know,
how good it would be
catch them in Los Angeles.
if they did the whole album. You know, like all our bands now these days, like they'll do their entire albums live.
Yeah.
Imagine if the Vapors came out and did Nuclear Days.
Yeah,
Wow. Hint, hint, guys.
if you're listening,
You say it means nothing.
Dave Fentanyl, come play.
Dave Fenton. what time what era do we live in?
Yeah, right. Oh man, it just came to me.
That's another guy.
That's another guy.
That's a different guy.
What, Ray? What came to you? It just popped in my head.
What, Ray? What just popped in there? Great drumming, great rhythms, everything, man. It's all analog too, you know. It's like almost like one take stuff.
5:00 in the morning, sunrise.
Vapors.
Right now the song starts to turn. They start to like a little.
If I'm just insecure,
You start to realize they're almost not enemies, but they're on different sides of the line now.
comes in the crossfire, and the social disease. And when the sun was
Crossfire, social disease.
east, and when a flag meant more to hear a lecture me. But all the kids in the factory say, my letter from hero came too late.
Came too late to stop the war.
All the kids in the factory say, my letter from hero came too late. Too late. Too late. Too late.
That drum and bass right there. Definitely stereotypical, like punk,
Too late.
dance hall.
I like all the harmonies on the too late part. It's great.
Too late. Too late.
Very Japanese sounding bass.
It has that vibe.
Yeah, the vibe. Gotta tie in that turning Japanese in.
There's the cymbalom coming in.
Okay.
So I think like his subconscious view of Japanese culture that he was writing about came through in turning Japanese.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned.
That's his hit. So he's
in
got
his
these other
interview, he could have
things.
said turning Lebanese, turning Portuguese, but Japanese kind of fit in,
Yeah.
and as a flow of the tongue, it just worked better anyway for that song. Turning
Yeah,
Japanese.
there you go.
Not about masturbation.
Although I can see it.
I mean, if you think about it, every song is about masturbation.
It really is. I mean,
This whole album's about masturbating?
that's about nuclear days.
Nuclear days.
Mushroom clouds. Mushroom. Let's examine that for a little bit. What does a mushroom represent?
By the way, the person playing the cymbalom on this record is John Leach. He's a session musician that they brought in,
Nice.
who is known for his expertise on this and the mandolin. And the contribution was noted as for being an exotic counterpoint to the song's post-punk sound.
Post-punk.
Post-punk.
So this song on the U.S. release was the last song on side A, whereas Bunkers was the last song on side B. So it was like a
Interesting.
complete flip.
Yeah, there's a flip flop.
Kind of reminds me of Fleetwood Mac right there. Right?
Yeah, at the end there.
Yeah.
The Japanese version of it. Yeah,
Dreams, I think, might be the
Yeah.
track.
I can agree with that. Very nice.
So that was the Vapors' Nuclear Days.
Yes.
UK release,
UK release.
version in song order.
And you have to hear it that way. If you're going to listen to an album, you want to listen to it how
I mean,
the band
that's the way it works.
plans on releasing it.
So there's some of the articles I've read. Someone, kind of gave a breakdown on this album, and one of the points that they make is, there's a couple of things you categorize as an album, like how's the melodies, how's this, how's that. But one of them that really stood out to me, which I 100% agree with, is if I was on a stranded island and I only had one album to play, would this be one of the albums I'd listen to forever? To me, it is. It's there's a lot of albums that fall in that category for me personally, but
That's an extremely tough choice.
it is a tough choice. But I've listened to this album so
The
many
question
times.
is how you playing this thing on this desert island. I'm curious.
Hey man, you got conch shells.
The battery's about to die.
you
Day
got conch
2.
shells, You figure it out. But-
I need an
I get it.
avocado,
No,
a snorkel.
I get it. I get
But
it.
every song on this album is fantastic.
It's a great album,
Yeah.
front to back. It's phenomenal.
It's just unfortunate. I think what happened to this band is they were a victim of the music industry, and Turning Japanese. Kudos to them for getting those royalties, but that song kind of defined them.
So it's almost like typecasted in a sense, right? Because you hear that one song, and you don't want to listen to the rest of it.
Yeah, because like, oh, they must suck because it's a one-hit wonder. No, these guys are not one-hit wonders, man. These guys are legit. And
Or they just missed that opportunity. There was somewhere, it's really tough to make it because, again, one of the things I read as to why they stopped doing it was they just weren't getting enough love from the label. They weren't getting enough promotion from the label. And so somewhere the label just felt maybe they didn't have not what it took, but that certain sound that people want to hear, right? But
yeah,
it's
what they thought they wanted to hear.
For sure, but it's not always about what you want to. It's for the label. It's about what people want to hear because that brings them money, but that doesn't necessarily define who the better band is, right? A band like this shows you that they are true musicians and truly know how to write songs and are phenomenal. And so, unfortunately, it's up to these record labels to push who they think is going to make more money in the end of it all, and that's what's rough.
Well, especially if you think about the time that this happened, right? Because nowadays you can go back and now with the technology that we have and the ability that we can go and listen to these things and promote these things in a different way, almost DIY style, or all of us contributing to this, retroactive listening experience allows it to happen where it couldn't be like that back then.
Yeah.
There was no way for them to present it to everyone in this fashion anymore. Right? These record labels had to promote this, and of course everyone's out to try to make some money. And unfortunately, these kind of things go by the wayside, and these unfortunate things happen to bands that are truly great, and they just, for some reason, just couldn't be put out there for everyone.
Yeah.
Right? And they maybe a little bit overshadowed too by that single, right, where they couldn't quite follow it up, and then everyone's waiting for the next Turning Japanese. It's like, wait a minute,
sure.
you're not listening to the album.
Yeah, no.
And then
Yeah,
it goes
we wrote
back
a great
to
song, but listen to the
not-
rest of it. Yeah, they're not promoting
and
it.
the
They're
label's
not
not
pushing
giving
it.
it enough love, and it's not enough exposure, and it's just it's really difficult back then to make that happen from a record label standpoint, I guess. But now you can go back and go, look at this, guys. Listen to this.
Well,
This
if
is
you
great.
have people promoting it like the three of us are doing right now, we're trying to push and promote it, and we're trying to get people to come out and listen to this great album these guys came out with, and that like Turning Japanese it was just a hit, right? Cool, they wrote a hit. That's awesome. 49 million listens, but listen to the rest of the album. That's what the band actually wants you to listen to. That's what they want you to hear. That's their heart and soul is into the rest of that album, because it's what comes out of them. It's the beauty of it all, and I don't know. So it's rough, but
Well, it's kind of like Devo, the documentary that came out on Netflix. If you haven't seen that, it's a great doc on Netflix.
Great doc. I think it was nominated even for something recently.
really,
Yeah, I
good, it
think the
should be.
record company's like, yeah, guys, all these songs are great, but write another Whip It. Like, fuck you, dude.
They're like, well, Whip It. We wrote it as a
joke.
As a joke. Yeah. Absolutely, like it was a joke.
But
What
I
the heck?
think I find it interesting, like now or back in the day, like Vapors were quote unquote discovered, right,
By a band.
by a band.
Not necessarily label.
But it's like
Yeah.
nowadays, like as us coming up, as when we were playing in our bands, we would just go and do the thing. And there were so many of us out there that we could do it. We could find cheap recording sources to make our own albums, per se. We record our own stuff. But back in the day, if you wanted to get recorded, you had to be really, really good.
You had to have somebody discover you, somebody find you.
But it really
And
was a
invite
combination
you
of
in.
things, right? It was being really good, writing good songs, a label to pick you up, promote you, then you go on tour, then you generate some buzz. Now you're in the news or the radio, or MTV starts, and then now you got some radio or video play. So it really had to be like this chain reaction of events to make it big. And then once you have that attention, now everything you do is going to generate more attention. And then, of course, hopefully the subsequent albums can be
You have to,
just
you
as
have to
good, or
continue with
you
it.
got to try to continue to produce
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
music.
I think to touch on that, the Motley Crue, what was it called? Whatever book they put out, I can't remember. The Motley Crue. It wasn't the Heroin Diaries.
The
that
Dirt?
was the Dirt.
Yeah, and they came out with the movie later on.
They would
yeah.
say there was like 3. What do you call it? Wheels that you needed to reach to succeed. The first wheel was like, all right, you have a band, you're successful. Then you move on to the second wheel, where someone finds you, and you keep going. Then you make it to that third wheel, but you got to stay in that third wheel to keep in there.
For sure.
To keep on the record label's radar, to keep great songs. And the bands that made it to that third wheel were the ones that kind of just made it, per se. And I felt like these guys made it to the first wheel. They never quite had a chance because of the unfortunate situation they're in with management and the record company that got bought out by a huge conglomerate that kind of just pushed them aside.
Who decided which way the label's going to go
Yeah.
and whatnot. So I think this brings up, to me, an interesting situation and storyline that follows is Weezer and the Blue Album, which is a great album that we probably want to throw in here at one point. But Weezer was on the same label as Nirvana, and Nirvana was getting all the promotion, and Kurt Cobain dies. And so they lose their number one. So they decided, well, who's number two? Well, Weezer's number two. So they dumped all their money into Weezer and promote them. So that kind of gives Weezer that, I don't know what part of the wheel you're in. Maybe at that point now it's number two to get them promoted and listened to. But now at that point it's up to Weezer to continue to produce
It's a lot
the
of
music. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure,
100%. But
and-
now it's like you need that.
hard to follow up and consistently produce that.
Yeah, because you come out that first album, got it, cool, and now we've pushed you and we promoted you. Where's the follow up?
That's why I think it's great. Like, we'll probably get into a NoFX album, but like Fat Mike's philosophy is like, dinosaurs will die. Like the record or the music industry is not how it is anymore.
It's true.
Like,
It's a whole nother animal now.
If you want to do it, like, just go freaking do it, and there are people to back you.
Yeah,
Because people are always looking for the new outlets,
yeah,
and
100%.
they just want to feel connected to a band. And I think that's why, Vapor's having success with the crowdsourcing thing, because
Perfect example.
of this.
Perfect
and-
example of what we're talking
And
about.
they're able to
The ability-
go back and listen to Spotify
exactly.
and get back like, oh shit, that
This-
album really was
Yeah.
really good.
So when you're going back to a previous thing we talked about with like streaming being pros and cons kind of a thing, I think to me, other than like maybe the financial aspect of streaming, I think there's this other side that's bigger for me, is the exposure that bands can get from this now. Because the world, I feel like, used to be smaller when it came to exposure for music. Now it's huge. And you can have a following. You can have an underground movement, if you will, where enough people are going to be able to hear this at their fingertips. And it's allowed a band like this so many years later to literally go, people like our music. They're listening to our albums now. They're appreciating the music that we used to do. We can do it again. We're all willing. We're all alive still.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now we can do it.
Well, I think let's see where the Vapors go from here. Obviously, we're listening to it because, you discovered it. Not discovered, but you
I discovered it.
You discovered
Let's
it.
just call it what it is. I discovered it.
you discovered
I had
it
no
'cause
idea.
you had to discover it for the purpose of the theme that was to be, and so for us, it's being discovered, and obviously through this podcast, we're hoping to discover it to more people. But the streaming thing is, it's so both ways.
I know, it's
in a
weird.
way-
It's a weird
Well,
thing.
you can
Like,
go
you say
because
discover, but like, I discovered it, yes. But as a person who loves music, it wasn't hard to discover. Like, once I heard it, I'm like, dude, this is freaking great music.
this is it. Like this is
It wasn't like, oh, I had to like force myself to listen to it. No, it just, they spoke to me basically. And
Yeah.
like, that was it.
Yeah, 100%. And this kind of circles back to the band Tool in the sense that now they were really against streaming, and once they released Fear Inoculum, they started to stream, and they saw this huge popularity and the fan base, and they're like, and now they've been touring a ton and doing their stuff. So again, maybe this sparks the Vapors, hopefully, to come and do a tour, because I would.
100%. If they're
there.
playing anywhere
Let's
close,
go.
I'm going.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Let's go see the
Right.
band. Let's see what's happening.
So let's kind of do like where they are now, right? So
Where are they now?
Dave Fenton went on to become a lawyer.
Fentanyl?
Very smart guy, David Fentanyl. And he is a lawyer in the music business. And he's been kind of guiding new up-and-coming bands.
Interesting.
Through his career.
You can see why.
Yeah,
like-
don't get screwed the way I
of
did.
like the downfalls
Exactly. Yeah.
of the music industry.
Yeah.
He's
Don't get
actually, I
screwed.
think, retired now. That's why he's able to do these things with the Vapors. That was kind of his, after Vapors, he became a lawyer in the music industry. And then Howard Smith, interestingly enough, become mayor of the town they grew up in Guilford,
Yeah,
I
we
think, in
touched on that
Surrey
earlier.
County.
Nice.
So he actually starts his term next year in 2026. So
Hey,
First
congrats.
time?
congratulations,
Hey,
Howard.
nice.
Howard
Congratulations, Howard Smith, everyone.
Smith. Yeah, that's a little.
I'm
punk
sure he's
rock,
going to be a
you know?
great mayor.
Wait, was that Coppersmith?
No, this is Howard Smith, the drummer. No relation.
Just
No
Smith.
relation to
No
that
Smith.
was
Coppersmith.
Vic Coppersmith Heaven.
Ah. Okay.
Edward Bazalgette, the lead guitar player, he actually went on to become
Smith? Basil guy.
Bazalgette. Very English name.
Sorry.
So this guy goes on to become a very successful director and producer of movies and films
Oh, nice.
and TV
Okay.
shows on BBC.
Awesome.
So he has a very he goes on to have a very successful career as in the TV industry. Steve Smith, I don't know what much he did. He kind of worked with other bands, I think, throughout his career. Writing songs and filling in as a studio musician. But anyway, they all became successful in their own right, and kudos to them for writing Turning Japanese, because that really propelled them to where they are now.
Kudos
But,
to Nuclear Days. That's
it's
awesome.
So, do we want to go into Prisoners? That was another.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
So
want-
glad you brought
so
that up.
another single that was released prior
That was
to
their
Nuclear Days.
original single before Turning Japanese was
Yeah.
Prisoners.
And that was put on the
And it
US
was on the U.S. release. And
Really great song too. And
Yeah, we got to play that. Let's play that.
Yeah, I'm looking it up as we speak now. And here we go. Prisoners. Here we go. This is on the America release?
it's on the US release.
U.S. release, okay.
There's someone banging on my wall.
They're like great hooks.
The volume up to full.
I read an article like there's not one bad Vapors song, and I agree with that. I don't think there is one bad Vapors.
Yeah, I think I saw the same thing.
It
that
really
one guy
isn't.
was like, it's very unfortunate that Turning Japanese was put as their mark.
It's like a victim of their own good song.
It's like being stereotyped, right? Like you just that's your one song. That's it.
I thought the curtains on another brand new day. Mrs. Jones and friend just looking.
And right in line with the whole vibe of the album, right? With the whole war theme and the relationship theme and being a prisoner of all of it, really. We're all victims of the war machine and the powers that be that dictate the lives we have to live.
Yeah, it's prisoner number one, prisoner number one. We're all prisoners. We're all prisoners here.
Last thing I remember to
Margaret Thatcher.
is three white wonders waiting for a fight. Mrs. Jones walked past me as I lay there on our street.
Steve Smith, by the way, was a sound engineer after the Vapors, but also played in another band called Shoot Dispute. Shoot Dispute. Give them a listen, people.
And if you go on to listen to the 1981 release of the Vapors' quote-unquote second album in 1981, Magnets, really good album too.
Love it.
Very socially conscious lyrics and a little more dark than Nuclear Days. But the artwork done on that album was done by Martin Hanford, which is famous for the Where's Wally books.
Really?
What's Where's Wally?
Waldo. Not
Okay.
who?
So
Not
in the
Waldo?
UK, it's called Where's Wally.
Ah.
In the US, it's called Where's Waldo.
Okay.
Same illustrator, same guy. So Martin Hanford of Where's Waldo here in America did the cover for Vapor's second album, Magnets. So that's
Nice.
pretty cool. Like I said, these guys they were up there, man. They had all the right people.
They had the makings.
They just the record label basically fucked them in the end.
Yeah. Wow. Very interesting. Interesting.
So anyway, that was episode 2 of Album The Rocks.
Yeah.
I don't know how many episodes we get to before we start saying like we're just Album The Rocks. Like this is episode 64 of Album The Rocks. We do that or
Well, once we get to episode 2366, then we'll stop.
then we'll stop. Okay.
Yeah. Then it's official.
That's the limit.
That's the limit.
That's the
It's been marked. We've set a goal, and we must reach it. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening. Album on the Rocks, Vapors, Nuclear Days. Andy, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Our birthday.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you guys. I do want to say this before we exit. Guys, we put these out once a month. It's not exactly 1 month from now, so I encourage you to hit the follow button. That way when it gets released, you see it's been released and you can listen to our newest podcast on it. So please hit that follow button. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy what you're listening to, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Cheers.
Right into the sunset, get